So we all know that Mario's 35th anniversary has officially come to a close at the end of March of 2021, and we are now seeing the implications of this by not being able to purchase Mario 3D All-Stars any longer on the eShop or in stores once these stores sell through their on-hand inventory. And unfortunately, according to a new report, it does appear that Nintendo may try to do this going forward with other re-releases of titles based off of how well Mario 3D All-Stars collection actually did. So we have to jump through that and talk about whether or not this isn't going to become an ongoing trend for Nintendo. What's up, Nation? If it's your first time on the channel, make sure you join Sunbro Nation by subscribing below, hit the like button on this video if you enjoy it today, and make sure you turn on your bell notification icon so you're kept up to date with all the newest gaming news. Now guys, today we're talking about the Disney strategy of re-releasing classic, iconic titles, and we have seen this over the course of time behind different companies, Disney being the most notable, where they will legitimately remove some of their biggest movies over the course of time and put them into a thing called the Disney Vault, and that is to create a bunch of hype and drive a bunch of people to go buy them while they are available, and you then know that they will be gone for the foreseeable future. And that strategy apparently works extremely well when it comes to driving sales numbers, but from another perspective of the hardcore gamer that maybe can't afford to go get something right whenever it's in that release window, it does not seem fair to the consumer. But unfortunately, according to new reports, Nintendo may be planning to do this with more re-release titles or more collection packs as we see their franchises age over time and people have that nostalgia factor that they want to go back and play these titles. And with how well Mario 3D All-Stars did in this limited run 6-month release, it absolutely paid off as successful for Nintendo. But the first thing we got to talk about is the report that came out that basically suggests that this was intentional and it is something that we could potentially expect to see them going forward. So let's dive through that article now. Nintendo's limited time game releases are designed to fuel a fear of missing out and drive consumers to buy software re-releases, which can be a tough sell. That's according to a new Vice report, which cites an anonymous development source who claimed to have knowledge of Nintendo's strategy. A group of industry figures spoke to the publication ahead of several Mario products and a Fire Emblem game being removed from sale on March 31st, 2020. The Mario products in question were announced in September 2020 as part of Nintendo's mascot's 35th birthday celebrations. They include compilation package of Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which includes re-releases of Mario's titles 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy, Last Man Standing Switch online games Mario 35, and Mario Bros. Game & Watch. Recalling a private meeting with Nintendo, one anonymous developer who's reportedly been involved with publishing several Switch games told Vice they have data that shows that re-releases of games tend to wither on wish lists. The manufactured FOMO, fear of missing out, helps them get those sales, or so they think. FutureSource gaming analyst Maurice Garrard concurred this strategy is sure to create urgency among Switch users to purchase content and avoid missing out on the experience, fueled also by the media attention the strategy is already garnering. Imposing these time restrictions is expected to aid the limited edition games in cutting through the noise. The limited release strategy has been adopted by other entertainment companies in the past, most notably Disney. Disney previously locked its past films in the Disney Vault, which was its way of ensuring strong sales and interest every time it re-released a movie. For Nintendo, the strategy has seemingly been successful so far. Super Mario 3D All-Stars released in September 2020 and had sold 8.32 million units as of December 31st. To put the figure in perspective, the 10th best-selling Switch game of all time as of December 2020 was New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe with 9.82 million sales. Physical sales of Super Mario 3D All-Stars rocketed 236% in the UK last week ahead of the title's removal from store shelves. So there's a couple different ways we can look at this and how we think Nintendo will probably walk forward after the success of Mario 3D All-Stars collection, because the first option that they have is probably one that most gamers will not be a fan of, but that is that we will see more limited time release, especially in collection packs from old franchises that they believe will sell well, and they will try to do this same strategy where in a 6-month time window they literally created one of the top 10 best-selling Switch titles, or at least it probably is that now after the huge surge in sales that we saw right before the removal of the title. And I mean, whenever you start to see this game actually sell at scalper prices on eBay, you do know that there is going to be a lot of reaction in the marketplace around this. And unfortunately, Nintendo taking this path really is a loss for the gamer at the end of the day, because obviously there's all different walks of life out there, and not everybody can go buy a game in a 6-month time window. They may not have the extra $60 to spend then. They may not even have the Nintendo Switch yet, and they're working to get that towards the back half of this year or something, and now they have a fantastic collection package that is truly no longer available to them. Now, I do think Nintendo's going to go ahead and break up these titles and probably sell them individually on the eShop, at least maybe at like a $20 a piece or something like that in the future. But until we get any kind of confirmation from Nintendo that they're going to do that, as of right now, there is no way to play these games unless if you actually have secured a physical cartridge, because you can't even buy it on the eShop anymore. So this is definitely a controversial decision from Nintendo, but whenever you look at the business perspective and the kind of sales numbers that they drove over a 6-month period, I think they will do this again. Now, the good news for gamers is that because this was so successful, we may see more collections actually come to the Switch that maybe would have never happened if there was other ones that they were obviously saying were lacking, and there was really no urgency to go get those titles. And so when something doesn't sell well, we typically don't see sequels or follow-ups of that same strategy. So the one nugget of hope here is that maybe we will actually get collection packs that fans are asking for that we would have never seen before because of the success of this title. Now, there's one that's looming out there in a collection pack that I think we do know to expect, and that's Metroid Prime Trilogy, and I will be very curious to see if Nintendo is going to try to implement some kind of 6 to 12 month window of this game. I absolutely hope that's not the case, because I think there's so many gamers that need to experience that trilogy themselves, and the more the better in my opinion. But I will also be curious to see if Nintendo goes back and actually releases these titles individually, or if they're sticking to their guns and saying that the only way to get them was during Mario's 35th celebration. But at this point, guys, in the video, I really need to know from you, and I'm going to create a community poll here because I see a ton of division on the internet right now around Nintendo's strategy with this, with a lot of gamers seeing it as a scummy move and really something that they should not be doing and we should not be supporting as gamers. But at the end of the day, the sales numbers are there, so I want to know your perspectives on if you think we'll see Nintendo continue to implement this going forward, or if this was really just a one-off situation with Mario's 35th anniversary. So vote in the community poll today. It will be on my channel, and make sure you leave me a comment before you leave the video to share with me your thoughts and opinions on what we can expect Nintendo to do in situations like this going forward, and even specifically around Metroid Prime Trilogy, when we probably will see that released hopefully at the end of this year or into the middle of next year. So make sure you do that before you leave the video today, and we will get a back and forth conversation started in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching the video today, everyone. I do truly appreciate you all sticking around until the end. I do at this point in the video want to invite you all one more time to join Sunbro Nation if you haven't done so already. Do so by subscribing below. Hit the like button on your way out on this video if you enjoyed it today, and make sure you turn on your bell notification icon so you're kept up to date with all the newest gaming news. That's going to do it for me, guys. I hope you all have a great day. Sunbro Nation, out.